Hello and welcome to Uplift Wellness. My name is Izzy. Thank you for joining me for today's new moon yoga practice. Today's practice honors the new moon as she passes through the Cancer zodiac. For those unfamiliar, Cancer is a water sign symbolized by the crab. Her color associations are silver, white, and blues. And the archetypal energies associated with this sign are emotional sensitivity, a mothering, nurturing, and a sense of home-centeredness. So when you're ready to begin today's practice, we will need a few props. You'll need a pair of yoga blocks as well as 2 bath towels. Mine are already rolled up into a long log. You can also hit play on your favorite music and don't forget to like and subscribe. When you're ready to begin, go ahead and come to a comfortable position on your knees. I'm going to place one of my yoga blocks underneath my seat, in between my feet. And we're going to take Lotus Mudra as we settle into the breath. To come into Lotus Mudra, you're going to bring the pinky side of the hand, the wrist, and the thumb side of the hand together, keeping the palms open and the fingers extended. This is just going to sit nestled at the heart, looking like a lotus flower. You can soften and close the eyes down. And just begin to breathe into this heart space, breathing into your Lotus Mudra. Let your breaths be long, slow, and deep, really inviting them to fill through the heart space. Slowly blink your eyes open if they're closed. Let the hands down into your lap, and we're going to add some gentle movement to open up through the front of the chest. We're going to start by inhaling to stretch the arms out to a T. And as you exhale, wrap your hands around your shoulders, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open the arms, spread the chest. Exhale, bring your hands around your shoulders. Good, keep going. Inhaling to stretch and exhaling to wrap yourself in a hug. We're gonna do this for a few minutes. And you can move slow or fast. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Really just sense into the front of the chest as you open and close the arms. Take 2 more. Inhale to hug. Last one. Good. Let your arms down by your side. Inhale, sweep them out and up. Exhale, take them behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Draw your hands down towards your feet, lifting the heart, lifting your chin. Maybe you let your head drop back slightly. We're going to hold in this gentle back bend. Good. Slowly release, dropping the chin back down, letting the hands go. Do that one more time, sweeping arms out and up. Exhaling to bring the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers in the way that feels wrong. Drawing the hands down towards your feet, lifting the heart, lifting the chin, gently dropping the head back. Very nice. Come back to center. Remove the block from underneath your hips and we'll come into our first restorative pose. We're going to take the towel roll and we're going to place it long ways along the mat. Set the hips on one edge and then slowly lie back, resting the spine on the roll. The head can sink all the way to the floor, or maybe you support it on your yoga block. And you're gonna let your arms come either out to a T, or you can bend them at the elbow to create a cactusing shape. We're really just settling in and opening through the chest. Allow the eyes to close. You can keep your knees bent, letting them fall in towards one another, or you can extend the legs long. Take a gentle moment to scan through the body and notice if there's any locations that you're holding or gripping, and see if you can send your breath into the space, allowing it to soften and surrender. Ever so slowly, draw your hands back in by your side. Tip off your towel roll and slowly press yourself up. Now for our next pose, we're going to take our long towel roll apart, separating the two towels, and we're going to fold them instead into two short rolls. Once you have your two short rolls, you're going to place them one in front of the other. And then you're going to lay on your left side to start. We're going to place the towels underneath the rib cage with the top towel just underneath the armpit. You can rest your head all the way down to the floor or place it up on a block, which I think is what I will do. And then you're going to take and bend the knees slightly, coming into a comfortable space, and reach the right arm up and back, draping it over the head. Just taking a gentle side bend through the waist here. If this becomes too much to rest the arm over the head, you can keep the arm down by your side. Again, closing the eyes. Slowly take the right arm and sweep it up and down by your side. Blink the eyes open and lift yourself up off the towel, off the roll, turning over to lay on the other side, setting up in exactly the same way, using the head support if that felt nice. Towels under the ribs, head on the block, knees bent, and when you're ready, taking the left arm and resting it over your head. Slowly let the left arm up and settle it down on the side of the waist. Blink the eyes open and slowly press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seat. We're going to come into our next pose using just one of your rolled towels, and you can keep it in this little half log shape. This towel is going to go underneath your shoulders at the shoulder blades. The tips of your shoulder blades to just barely come to the edge of the roll. You're going to let your head rest back on the ground. Again, arms can be at a T or elbows bent, whatever feels comfortable. Settling in resting down. And if you needed that head support, you could place the block under the back of the head. Slowly bend your knees so your feet come back to the mat. Draw your hands in by your side, and when you're ready, roll off of the towel roll and bring yourself upright. We're going to set up for our final pose before we settle into Shavasana. For this pose, you're going to need your pair of yoga blocks. One is going to be placed on level 2 underneath the shoulders. One is going to be placed on level 3 underneath the back of the head. And if this feels like it's going to be way too much, you can drop everything down one level. When you're ready, lie back. We're coming into supported fish pose. The shoulder blades are supported. The head is supported. The legs can be straight or bent. Hands can be open to a T, resting by your side or resting on the belly or the heart. You might find that one or both is comfortable. When you get into that space of ultimate comfort, allow your eyes to close and your body to surrender. Slowly draw your arms back down by your side. If your legs are straight, bend them at the knee. Tuck your chin in towards the chest and press yourself up off your blocks. We'll end today's practice by coming into Shavasana. You can do this by completely lying flat on your mat, or you can use some props to create some extra support. I'm going to take my yoga blocks and set them up at an angle underneath my thighs, just above my knees. And then I'm going to take one of my rolled towels. I'm going to unroll it just slightly and place it underneath the back of my neck. My hands, I'll rest on my heart, but you could rest them on your belly or down by your side. And we'll surrender into this final pose of today's new moon practice. Begin to bring awareness back into your body by wiggling through your fingers and your toes. Maybe you circle the wrist and ankle. And then bend the knees and roll over onto one side before pressing yourself upright and into a comfortable seat. Together, we'll sweep the hands out and up one final time, drawing the hands together at the heart. Thank you so very much for practicing with me on this new moon in Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this gentle, restorative, heart-opening practice. Until I see you next time, namaste and blessed be. If this is the first class that you have done with me, thank you again for joining me, and please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future classes. I would also be honored if you would buy me a coffee. You can find that link in the description box down below. Every purchase that you make, whether a one-time donation or a continuous donation, helps me to continue my education as I learn more about yoga in different styles so that I can better serve your needs. Again, until I see you next time, bye!